Okay, we are live.
You need to set your enemy's ships on fire, but don't have time to wait? Come on down. The Bob's ready-made ballista mark.
When difficulty strikes, one must avoid the difficulty.
I slap him.
Okay, you slap him in the face.
What's your point, lady?
He's not a demigod either.
But I am! What's up? And I high-five someone else.
But this is magical as fuck, guys.
Put that on a shirt.
He said butt long black hair.
Butt long black hair.
Thank you very much.
The dwarf leans forward and like starts to put a hand on your cheek and rips a fart.
I love a strapped man with muscles that can buy me wine.
I think this is the only time in D&D I've ever had to be like, all right, well, when does this creature poop?
Yay!
You have a really good excuse because all of us are super sleep deprived. We spent the entire weekend playing Dungeons and Dragons. And when I say the entire weekend, I mean we did nothing but sleep and play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And
I'm so jealous. I missed that.
Yeah.
We were recording Misscliks D&D Nimmergeist, which is going to be a YouTube-only series. We're testing that out to see how you guys like it. And you don't get to see any yet. You will get to see them soon. But right now there are some vlogs up where you can see our craziness, both on Missharvey's channel and on my channel, which is Missharvey and Anna Prosser on YouTube.
Yes.
But don't go watch them now. Just, you know, on breaks or something.
Mm-hmm. First of all, is the streaming okay? Can we hear everybody? Just let us know in chat. I am a host and I struggle with all the stuff we gotta do. Okay, hey. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
How have you been, Neil?
Fantastic. I was very deathly ill over the weekend, like Saturday night, Sunday morning. I was dying of horrible things, but I'm fine now.
Is it because you're getting used to the water?
No, it's because I don't do well with seafood, and then I ate like a bunch of really fucking weird seafood, and then drank a little bit on top of that, and it was just it did not go well.
Is it true that what your friends told you that you can just buy food every day? You do not have to
oh my God.
to
It's
make
so
food at
cheap.
home?
Yeah, like it cost me $1 to get breakfast, like to go out to the store, down to the street and get breakfast. Less than $1. No, I'm sorry. It cost $1 for me and my wife to eat.
Are you serious?
Yes, a little less than $1 for us to
That
have
sounds
breakfast.
amazing. I live in freaking San Francisco, man. You know what it's like.
I know.
$1
know what
gets you
it's
like a bean.
I mean, if you want, you can get like a little bit more substantial of a meal, and that's going to run you like $3 for 2 people, and that's a little bit more expensive.
Jeez.
And yeah, my hotel room for a month is $250. A hotel room for a month.
Jeez.
So
I
So we're
mean,
going to Vietnam, girls.
but
the
you're
cost
really
of living-
far, so there's
the
ups
cost
and
of living
downs.
is really, really cheap. It's fantastic.
So we evolved, guys, over the weekend. Like Anna said, I am now gonna take notes. Jen, you're not the only note takers. I have my book. I'm ready.
So you're going to take manual physical notes?
Yes, because I'm
Good.
OCing, Jen, and I can't I can't do like everything at the same time. So
No,
I
I
have to
just
pick
thought-
my battles and.
Yeah, no, I just thought you wanted to do it because you liked the physical notes.
Well, I did too. I really like it too.
I enjoyed that too, but I also learned that I can take notes really easily in Roll20 this
How?
weekend.
Where?
I'm going to do that too.
Seriously, there's like a note-taking thing?
Well, you can use it in the characters section, like with bio and info, you can do that, or there's like journal that you can keep and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you can like have your character sheet in Roll20 and stuff. Stephanie Powell educated me. So I've been deciding whether I'm going to use that or whether I'm going to take physical notes.
Where's the note taking? I don't see it.
So like on the upper right corner, there's like the little chat chat bubbles, and then right next to that is the little like newspaper looking thing. And I was just using, and I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but like under characters, you've got December. I have December, or you can like make a new one or whatever. And then in bio and info, you can just use that to write notes. Or I know there's a way you can like keep a journal as well. I can't find that right now, of course. So
yeah, because I can't add anything right now.
Anyway, we'll have to figure it out. I was using it for the Nimmergeist, but I haven't tried to use it in this one.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll take some time and sort out all the character stuff. I think Stephanie Powell offered to help me out with some of the more advanced Roll20 features.
Yeah.
That you've been ignoring.
Yeah, it's more robust even than I knew. But I also have a little note-taking book now, too.
You guys are all gone because my character sheet was in front of the camera. I'm sorry. We're back. Okay, struggle.
Hashtag new host.
Excellent. So, where last we left the party, they were in the town called Hoskar.
And
right?
we had been informed that we were chasing a vampire.
Yes, that is right. A vampire had slain the mayor. Does anyone remember the mayor's name?
It was. I know I have it. Let's see.
So Oscar is
Baldwick. Balwick is his
That's
last
right.
Balwick.
Mayor Balwick. Someone had slain him. He was brutally murdered, and it was difficult to figure out how or why. And you kind of went around, pieced together some clues here and there, and then his wife was killed the next night. And you come and take a look at her body, and she's got these like very distinctive vampire fang marks on her neck. And you guys are like, holy shit, it all makes sense now. Like the way that the window was broken, how there was no one that really saw much. It all makes sense. And Adea recalls all of her lore and all of her studying, and like, you know what? I actually know a lot about vampires, guys. I studied them when I was, researching blah 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 for my spells.
It is said that when one wants to learn of the blood, one must learn the way that the blood may be taken from said blood, and therefore the vampire knowledge is very important.
Or she liked Twilight.
Or she.
Adea's been reading a ton of Twilight, yeah.
I think she would. I really think she would.
Probably. I think Adea would.
So Oscar is the town where the mayor was killed? And that's where we're
Yes,
at?
that is the town you guys are in right now.
Oh, and remember we have all these districts, like
it's
the Arizona district.
Yes.
What is that again?
General people shit Arizona.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like the
right now.
people live there. It doesn't have a defining characteristic. It's just people are there, and there's buildings and things and shops, but it doesn't have like a strong personality.
And so right now we know that the vampire is out there. We know that he's trying to infect people, and we know that I think we need to go check the crypt to make sure that that victim didn't become a vampire, right? Or did we already do that?
I think that the mayor was actually already a vampire, that he turned because we buried him.
No, we didn't bury the mayor. He's at the house where he's supposed to get his things removed.
There was a funeral for the mayor.
Yeah, we went to the funeral.
Remember
you were like in a movie, you were standing back by the car.
And his wife was the one who got bit after, and then I think we burned her body, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't think we've actually quite burned the body. I think you discussed it, but we're still at the point where you are, holy shit, it's a vampire, what do we do now?
Yeah, I think we wanted to get rid of the body, but then we also wanted to go check if the mayor was in the tomb.
Yeah.
Be careful to go during daytime so that he's sleeping, and then we can kill him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And to review some of the things we learned about vampires, just to make sure that I'm correct, once they die, if you burn their body, then they can't resurrect, right?
You're not entirely sure on that one. That was kind of there was nothing about it in the lore. The way that you've known for sure is you cut off their head and stuff their mouth full of holy wafers.
Holy wafers. And they don't like garlic, and they don't like holy water, and they can't come in to a home unless you invite them in.
Yeah, and we weren't sure about the scenario of the inn. Yeah.
Shine on my
So I guess the first thing we should do is go check the crypt where we buried the mayor to see if he's still there.
Well, okay, it is nighttime right now. The sun has just set. Would
Well,
you
we
like to
definitely don't
go
wanna
out
do
right
that.
now?
No.
Go hide.
Well, we've got this body that's going to turn into a vampire here, so we're going to need to cut off
No.
her head, and we're going to need some holy wafers.
I think it won't if we don't bury it.
Oh, that's right. That's what you guys were talking about. Is if the body to be turned into a vampire, it must be buried for a period of time.
That's why we say if we burn it. And don't
Yes,
bury
yes.
It, it's probably
Oh, that's why we were saying burning it. If we burned it and spread the ashes, then it could never be buried.
Yes, if you can get rid of the body before it turns into a vampire, you presume that it should be okay.
I like that plan. Emma, that's remarkable intellect. I think that we should indeed bury this body immediately and spread its ashes upon some form of water.
Okay, let's do that. I agree.
Okay,
Good,
Neal, we do
because
that.
vampires cannot survive running water. Immersion in running water will kill them in 3 minutes.
Exactly.
Very clever.
Do a combo
Very
with-
clever.
But
Okay.
before we go, I have some questions for Anna.
Ah, yes, my sister.
There are still some people standing around right now, including the sheriff and some others, just so you guys know. But continue.
Adea loves being asked questions. She
It's
says,
good
yes,
that
yes, my sister.
Everyone knows more about vampires, so we can share the knowledge with everyone. Even though I don't think it's gonna be useful to some people, but probably us. Wait. Wrong word document. Okay. So. Which planes are the vampire on? Astral? Phased? Ethereal? Spiritual?
Negative
all my-
material plane.
Negative material plane, and that's it?
And they partially exist on the positive material plane and the negative material plane. And the prime material plane, which is the one that you guys are on right now.
So they're not on the astral plane, correct?
No.
Okay, so I don't care about those spells. And are they traveling via dimension doors? No. Are using shadow walk? No. Correct? So there
Was that a
one
real
of the-
question?
Yeah.
What? Do they what?
Do they use shadow walk? Whatever that is.
It's not in any of the lore.
Okay.
Vampires
And
usually
then-
don't have they don't have flat out spells. They just have spell like abilities.
Okay, and they're not spirits and they don't have spells. Okay, cool. I think I'm done.
Adea tells her all these things with like grandiose lecture and all that.
Okay, so they don't have spells, right?
No,
They
of
have
course not.
spell like
Yeah.
abilities.
They have spell-like abilities, my sister.
So like hold person, gold touch, slow, paralysis.
It's a innate magical. They have innate magical abilities. However, a vampire also has whatever abilities it had in life. If you turn a wizard into a vampire, he can still cast all of his spells.
That's
that he had
crazy.
put in life.
Yeah, let's make it even more OP.
hmm
Alright.
You
cool.
pretty much can't kill it, and it can be super powerful.
Yeah.
Yes.
A
Yes.
wizard vampire, that's what's up.
They are true terrors of the world.
Yeah.
They are chaotic evil, and all they want to do is kill people and cause suffering and panic in the world.
Ooh.
They hate life, and they just wish to inflict pain and suffering on everyone they can.
Why can't they just be sparkly and sexy?
Because then they wouldn't be interesting.
Tell that to all the 14-year-old girls reading Twilight right now.
14-year-old girls, those aren't interesting vampires.
You heard it here first.
Oh yeah, didn't we say that charm?
They can charm you with their eyes.
Okay. And I
They are
just wanna-
sexy. They are very, very sexy. They all have 17, 18 hotness.
I just want to reiterate that we need magical items to hurt them. So that guard's magical sword over there looks fancy delicious right now.
The sheriff kind of straightens his back and goes, "Hey now, I need to be able to defend myself too."
Yeah. But you could be useful with us if we go seek out the vampire.
He shifts uncomfortably, cracks his neck and goes, "Of course, I wouldn't dream of letting you guys defend my city without me."
Good. Well, this is settled. And I think there was a priest with magical things that we saw at the funeral. Maybe
Yes, there was.
He could join us. I bet he doesn't like having a vampire in town.
That's a true statement. Priest probably does not like a vampire running around his city.
Should we go see the priest?
I think the first order of business should be to dispose of this body, lest it become a vampire as well.
Okay.
And then we should see the priest, because we definitely would like to get some holy wafers.
Yes. All right, let's do this.
Okay.
Spread the body, spread the ashes.
So you guys and a couple of herdsmen pick up the body and start hauling it off to wherever they cremate bodies in this town, which, let's take a look at the map. They cremate bodies down in the poor district on the south, or on the where the river meets the ocean is generally where they do it. There's a kind of a walled off section, not a walled off, but like a small ceremonial type wall. And there are bird marks on the stone floor down below where the people set up funeral pyres all the time. Right now, there's actually a couple of people being burned. I mean, these things like run almost daily because it's a big city. People die every day, and very few people can actually afford a spot in a cemetery. So the bodies frequently get burned here. So you head down there with the corpse. All the people that live in the mayor's house, the butlers, the maids, the cooks, the cleaners, yada yada yada, they all come with you, kind of like mourning the loss of their masters. The sheriff and his guardsmen come with you, and eventually you kind of develop a small following and an entourage as you guys go through town, and people pop out and like, "Oh, look at all these important people, what's going on?" And so by the time you get down to the funeral pyre section, you have quite a following.
Adea is like consoling and like waving and like curtsying and, you know, like networking while they go, and you know, talking about how, "Fear not, for the demigods shall indeed do all that we can to protect your fair city from this vampire blight. And oh yes, your mistress was such a beautiful and kind woman. We shall do her honor in spreading her ashes upon the water."
Okay. No one really gets in your way. The guards quickly gather up the wood that just exists here for this purpose. People frequently bring in wood. It's one of the few places where wood is like freely available to everyone. The state, I guess the city, pays for it to just be constantly here so the bodies can be burned, and you don't just have bodies rotting all over the place. And so they quickly stack up a pyre, corpse on, and the sheriff looks to you guys and says, "Well, someone should say some words. And as you're running this shindig, I think it should be you."
Is he speaking to one of us in particular?
Yeah, no, just to the three of you.
I look at Arcas and Emma and see if they want to say something.
He looks to Emma. "Aren't you a priestess?"
Yes. I just didn't know this person this much, so I was wondering if anybody from the crowd wanted to step in and...
"I shall step in." And Adea steps in front of her like this.
And then I'm like, "You didn't know him either."
"It is said, the truest of heart are those whose hearts are shared with all. And our fair Lady Mare Balwick indeed shared that heart, that felt so deeply, as her butler said, she felt things very deeply. And it is said that those who feel deeply are deeply felt upon their loss. And so we must burn our fair lady's body, but her soul will not be burned. It shall be spread upon the water like her ashes, to wet our thirsty throats with the love that she brought us all. So say the gods, all hail the gods.
Oh, hail.
All hail.
All hail.
And then she
hail.
looks very
Murmurs
solemn.
through the crowd.
Yes.
Someone dumps some kerosene on her, and another person tosses in a torch, and her body goes up in flames. The sheriff.
Adea invites Arcas to do a mournful dance with her. as it happens.
I've never seen that before, but Arcas jumps in.
Emma is like just doing this. Going
Okay. The sheriff looks around after your dance finishes and goes, "Well, I'll have my men bury the ashes or scatter them in the river and in the ocean."
No, not bury.
Yeah, scatter the ashes. Yeah, gotcha.
I think we should take care of this ourselves.
Okay.
Pray leave it in our hands so that we may pay our final respects to Our Lady.
I agree, and I start gathering the ashes.
It's going to take all night for the pyre to burn down because there's like big logs all over the place.
Okay.
So it'll be a few hours. What would you guys like to do? Do you want to wait here? Do you want to go explore something else? Are you going to hide? What are you doing while the body burns?
Is there any weapon shop, or like weapon magical shop? How does that work?
No. Magical items are so rare that no one would sell them. It's like, I mean, there might be like a black market for them, maybe, but they're the sort of things that are like so valuable that they're beyond selling. Like you might trade them for a favor that you couldn't buy. You know, they're very, very valuable.
What if we still go equip everything else that we can use? Like get some mirrors, some garlic, holy symbols for a god of good.
I mean, we already got the mirrors, or already got the garlic. Adea's got the holy symbol on her.
Got the wood.
I have the wood. We all have woods.
We could get more holy symbols from the priests at some point.
We just need holy wafers from the priest too.
What's wafers?
You know, communion. It's like the little bread and wine that they do for Catholic communion.
Okay.
Okay, so where do you guys go?
We have gathered the ashes, or we're still waiting for the ashes?
They're going to take many hours to burn because like the pyre has all these big logs and you have to wait for all the logs to burn down.
Okay,
so it's like a 6-hour process.
I ask those guards to bring us the ashes when it's done then.
Okay.
They, agree to do so.
Sweet.
How about we go pay a visit to the priest?
What time is it? Is it too late to do that?
I mean, it's the middle of the night, but you have a feeling the high priest would wake up if there was a vampire running around his town.
All right.
It seems like the sort of emergency that he might get out of bed for.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
I think, what an idea, Emma. Let's go. And I tell them to meet us or bring the ashes back to the mayor's house when they get them so we can pick them up there.
Okay.
Cool.
Wouldn't it be safer to not go to the mayor's house since it's been opened to vampires? Because they've basically got the invitation, right?
Mm-hmm.
They grow up so fast.
Nina's like, God damn it, Jen!
I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
I guess we could go to another house. Anybody got a house?
I don't have a house, but maybe the hotel rooms are considered a house.
I'm not sure.
The inn's room, someone said.
I have been told that a house must be a home for it to be protection. So it seems perhaps we should go visit our friend Jeremiah.
Ooh. Yes. Okay. That sounds lovely. And we could warn Geneviève also. We wouldn't want him to become a vampire because apparently, as you told me earlier, spellcasting vampires are the shit.
Okay.
Indeed, it is said that those vampires are the shit.
I like this saying. I feel like someone wise once told you that. Alright, let's go.
Okay, so you guys head off to Jeremiah's house. The streets are dark and empty. And you guys end up kind of turning and looking at every little noise that gets, every time like a cat runs down a corridor, you guys like take a look. But it's dark. It's winter now, I think, right? Is that what we had said before?
I don't know. I don't remember what season it was.
I think it is winter. And during the winter, there are no stars in the night sky. A little bit of mythology about the world here is that the only stars in the sky are the constellations of the gods. And during the winter, there are no constellations of the gods because back before the world was born, Vorasi and Malchus, when the rest of the gods were creating the world, took that as an opportunity to slay all of the winter gods. And so now the winter sky is dark and black, with only the moons